right, what's a haggis?
It's a sheep's stomach filled with steamy goodness.
Steamy goodness. Christ, they're a good Scots woman, that's for sure. Steamy goodness. Anybody else got it? Come on down here. Who else? What's a haggis? You know what a haggis is? You don't have a clue. What's up for the Irish doing here? Now I have to tell you, my wife tells me, when I use certain words, I have to remind you that that word is a Gaelic word that means golly in Scotland. It doesn't mean like what you think it means. All right, now you know what a haggis is? Come on over here, ladies, you need to know this. There'll be a test later. A haggis is a dish of food that's made out of the parts of the animal after rich people eat all the good stuff. Every culture makes a haggis. They just call it something else. Every culture on earth I've ever dealt with makes haggis by another name. Now, here's the trick about it. If you would have knocked down a steer, what would the rich people get to eat? Oh, they get the steak and the prime rib and the tenderloin. And what do you guys get? You're poor. Why do you think they invented oxtail soup? Because somebody wants to eat the part of the cow by the butt? No! Because you're poor. Now, if I knock down a hog, what part of the hog do the rich people get? They get the chops and the shoulder and the ribs. What do you guys get? You get chitlins. You get pickled pig's feet. You think rich people eat pickled pig's feet? You think Donald Trump eats pickled pig's feet? No! Poor people. So when I knock down a sheep, what do rich people get? They get lamb chops. They get mutton roast. What do you guys get? You get haggis. All right, you there, just come right on over here. Right here. Just come right here. Now, this is Bob. This is the interactive part of the program. Everybody say hi to Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Bob spends his life in a field. This is what sheep do in Scotland. And they eat grass all day. So here's Bob in the field. Bob eating grass. Bob. Now something happens to Bob between the field and the kitchen.
Yeah, the dog's chasing and it's Bob around.
Crap, I love it when a Welsh guy's in the crowd. They're totally clueless. Now, I skip over the part about moving to the kitchen real fast. You ready? So here's Bob in the field eating grass. Bob. And here's Bob in the kitchen. Now, what happened to the lamb chops?
The rich people.
And where'd those good mutton roasts go? And what are you guys left with? Well, I'll tell you. Would you hold Bob a minute?
I guess.
Can I borrow you?
Bob's got the gas.
You just have to. No. Here, you just hold on.
Where the intestines.
Now, this stuff is real gross. You get it? Oh, you get it under your nails. You get it between your fingers. Now, we call this, in Scotland, we call this the entrails. How many of you took biology class? How many of you remember it? If this is the small intestine, what's that one?
Large.
Okay, so those are the entrails, the guts, or the intestines. In Scotland, we do not eat those. They are not in haggis. We feed those to the dogs. This is important. It'll be on the test later. So those are Scottish dog food. Those are Scottish dog food. Okay, remember the crowd participation part. Now, Bob, a haggis is kind of like a meatloaf. Now, 200 or 300 years ago, did they have a meatloaf pan? No, but Bob provides. So you get Bob's stomach. We're going to use Bob's stomach as a meatloaf pan. Now, when you get the stomach out of Bob, cut it off, leave a little space on either end, tie the small end shut, leave the big end open. Rinse it out in cold salted water, set it aside, don't let it dry, don't put any holes in it, you don't want it to leak. Do not forget to tie the small end shut. This will be on the test, that's important. Okay, so this is your meatloaf pan. Oh, my meatloaf pan. Now, Bob, what's in a haggis? There are certain key ingredients. Some things are in a haggis, some things aren't. There's 3 parts of Bob. In Scotland, we call this the pluck, and this includes the lungs. All right. The liver. And
So, we just took the crossbar up here.
what's that one?
Now,
Now I'm going to hide this one, and we're going to go through this again. And when I get to this one, don't look at me. Look at the people next to you and see what they say. Okay, you ready? So there's 3 parts in a haggis, 3 pieces of meat in a haggis. They all come out of Bob the sheep. All right? It's called the pluck. And those are the
Lungs,
the
liver,
and the
heart.
Did you notice a few people didn't say anything when I got to this one? You can tell who they are. They're English. They didn't recognize what this is because they don't have one. One time I did the show and an English guy said, "Oh no, I have one of those, but mine is black and evil." I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Heart, lung, and liver. If you put other meat in a haggis, it's not a haggis anymore. It's a mutton meatloaf. If you leave one of these out, it's not a haggis anymore. It's a mutton meatloaf. Now, let's get to this one right here because this one's critical. How many of you ever bought haggis at a Scottish event like this one? Anybody ever bought haggis? It wasn't really haggis if you bought it in the United States of America. Because lungs, sheep lungs, are illegal to sell for food consumption in the United States of America. So your haggis was made without lungs, so it means it's not a bloody haggis. It's a sheep meatloaf. Now, if you made your own, or you bought it in Canada or Scotland, you got a real haggis. Okay, so we got the 3 pieces of meat, heart, lung, and liver. Now, the other ingredients are... Now, here's your math part of your test. If 1 onion is good,
2 onions.
2 onions is better. Now, with the heart, lung, and liver and the onions, you need binder and filler. For filler, we use
Oatmeal.
oats. And I need whole rolled oats, not that crap you make in a microwave. Real rolled oats. And for binder, we use... Come on, Bob, give it up. Suet. Now, suet's a French and French word that means fat. Some of us have more suet than others. I like to use beef suet. You can put mutton tallow in your haggis if you want to, but it'll taste like crap. So I recommend beef suet. Now, we have all the ingredients. It gets tricky at this one. Now, in the old days, we got a big cleaver and we chopped all these up. You guys are going to use a food processor. And the bottom line is you put them all in a big bowl, you chop them all up fine, you roll it in salt and pepper. Heart, lung, and liver called the pluck, onion, suet, oatmeal, salt and pepper. You leave any of that out, what is it?
Meatloaf.
You add anything else, what is it? That's a haggis.
Oh.
Now, what are we using for a meatloaf pan? Bob's stomach. All these ingredients will be chopped fine and mixed together, and then they would be stuffed into the stomach. You got a big sheep, you got big heart, lung, and liver, you got a big stomach, makes a big haggis. Small sheep, small heart, lung, and liver, makes a small haggis. Remember, these are chopped up, right? Now, remember the part I told you was going to be on the test? Okay, I'll take the story.
Tie it shut.
You were supposed to do what with the small end?
Tie it up.
If you didn't tie it shut, you're getting raw haggis all over your shoes right now. Just running right out right there. Now you tie the other end shut and you boil it till it's done. Don't ask me how long, it depends on the size of the damn haggis. Just cook it. Now once it's cooked boiling, I like to put it in a real hot oven. So while it's boiling, turn your oven on high, like 500 degrees. Once it's cooked, what will happen to the oatmeal when it cooks? It'll swell up, it'll stretch that stomach. When it's cooked, take it out of the pot and put it in your oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't burn it at all, but that'll dry it out and it'll make it nice golden brown on the outside. Now we don't eat the stomach part either. We feed that to the dogs with the guts. But you gotta cut that open and scoop out the haggis. Okay, so when it's all cooked up, when you make one, it looks like that. There's your haggis. Notice they remember to tie it shut at both ends. Now on your plate at breakfast, it looks like this right here. Now when you go to Scotland, you're going to stay at a nice bed and breakfast with a nice old woman that runs the place who's going to buy you local made haggis from a local butcher. Don't be riding them damn granny buses and staying in cheap tourist hotels. No. You want to stay at a bed and breakfast. And this is a good, we call this second breakfast or cooked breakfast in Scotland. First breakfast is you come downstairs, you say good morning, you have juice, coffee, tea, cereal, oatmeal, cheese, cold cuts, fruit, yogurt, you know. And then we bring out the second breakfast. Just eat it and shut up. It's good for you. No cholesterol in this at all. You're going to get fried mushroom, maybe broiled with tomato, black pudding, fried bread, sausages, haggis, and bacon. All right. I used to do a black pudding demo, but it was so gross people would get sick and leave. I had to stop. It's not like haggis, which is good to eat. I'll only tell you this, that to make real black pudding in Scotland, the key ingredient is you need rotten blood. Like it has to have already turned, like real bad. You should put the onions in there to hide the fact that the blood is like gone off. Yes, I'll tell you that story in a minute. So this is your breakfast. Now for dinner, you want to serve it. A good haggis will feed 5 or 6 guys for dinner. Right, it's usually served with potatoes and turnips, maybe carrots, root vegetable boiled up. You want to make a haggis sauce. McFarland's Company haggis sauce. You take 1 whole cup of cream, a good heavy whipping cream, and you heat it up as hot as you can get it in a pot without burning it. Don't burn the damn cream. Then you mix in some small capers, a little white pepper, and a whole cup of good Scottish whiskey, and you bring it back up to where it's as hot as you can get it without burning it, and you set it aside and let it cool till it starts to thicken, and then you ladle it over the haggis when you serve it to your guests, and they will love you. Or you can just serve them the whiskey and they don't give a damn what they eat. Now, hold that. Can I have my guts back? Now, what is this in Scotland? Dog food, because we don't eat this and it's not in haggis. Now, who ate all the good parts of the sheep? And they're not rich. And I told you when I started, every culture makes haggis, they just call it something else. When you go to the Polish American Festival, they make haggis. And they serve it to you, pay good money for it, they call theirs kielbasa. Only they stuff the meat and the fat into this, and they curl it up, and they eat it.
To summarize, this is haggis.
And when you go to the Italian American Festival, they make haggis, they call theirs Italian sausage, they stuff it into here, and you eat it. And when you go to the German American Festival, they make haggis, they call theirs bratwurst, and they stuff it into here, and you eat it. And when you celebrate 4th of July and American independence, you sit in your backyard and you eat hot dogs. Now don't tell me that the Scots are a bunch of barbarians when you sit around celebrating your own damn independence eating Scottish dog food. Now, I'll be expecting an invitation to dinner from all you ladies. I like my haggis with a lot of whiskey on the side, and some more whiskey, and a little whiskey at the finish. And then we're going to drink after that. Are there any questions about haggis? All right, good. Well, my name's Elliot McFarland. I work for the National Trust for Scotland. I work all over the world. And Clan Perry people have been kind enough to loan me a little space today because my own guys didn't show up, but that's okay. I'm pretty used to that. They think I'm crazy. And I will be glad to answer any questions you want about Scotland and travel and all that fun stuff. Just see me after this, and I'll be expecting an invitation. And thank you very much. Thank you. Give him a great job. Good job holding. Oh, and this lovely person here that held the guts, we'll call her Vanna of the Entrails. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.